I'd rather have Joe died at Hillsborough with Ian for the torment that he went through for 10 years after.
That's what got us all, Joe.
Well, we're at work and same death as Ian, it's just...
Yeah, it's like he should have died then, but he got a second chance. Because he's had the same death 10 years later. Yeah. What's the chances of that?
Yeah, the justice shop that got Joe on a little bit of track and like, you know.
Joe never spoke to it. Joe wouldn't, because he said if you wasn't there, you don't understand, and that's why Joe wouldn't. You'd have to be there to know what it was like, and Joe just wouldn't. It was just in a world of his own, really. We feel so guilty over my dad, Dan, because going back a couple of years ago, that was my dad's life, Hillsborough, and we used to go, let it go. He'd get on our nerves, he would. Because he was like obsessed with Hillsborough, and we'd come in, and like, even if our mates would come, the milkman, anyone, he'd be on the step for hours. Well, this is what, and we'd always make it, get him in. Do you know what I mean? And now, we feel so guilty.
Yeah.
Because you think the way you know.
But we've got the Hillsborough shop to thank for John. We have really the support there, you know, and well, he helps.
Apart from wanting to educate people and keep it in the news and, you know, make sure all the kids growing up knew about Hillsborough, he was always very supportive, wasn't he, of other families and the survivors, of course, as well. He went out his way, didn't he, to try and help people. And...
We used to have meetings here with some of the families every weekend. You know.
We can't even find all the stuff. The upstairs is full of Hillsborough stuff because he'd just give it to everyone. And now we sort of need stuff for Ian's case and we haven't got it.
Well,
because he's give all the stuff to everyone else.
But Ian was engaged, like he has a lovely girl.
Ian and John were very close.
She still comes.
John's the eldest.
What's her name?
Nicky. She goes to the, puts his flowers on, Nicky. And she's got a boyfriend now that was at Hillsborough, and she's got 2 boys, but she still comes and keeps in contact.
That's nice. Yeah. And what about work-wise? What sort of things did he want to do, and what's he doing at the time?
He was working. He's on paving, wasn't he?
Yeah.
First, yeah, in Birkenhead, and then he got a job in that.
He got a job just before he died, didn't he?
Oh yeah, in Yorkshire Metals.
Right.
Nicky's dad's worked there, and he must have got him
the letter come for him, but he died. Yorkshire Metals, yeah.
You've got the letter, Mum, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I showed it to all. That's what you think about now, would you, to be married, have kids and stuff, you know.
There's been about 25 kids in here, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
How about Joe? How different? What was Joe like as a character?
Joe was the life of everyone, wasn't he, Joe?
Life and soul of the party, was he?
He's funny, he was. He had a good laugh. Used to love him when he used to go to shop, you know, just to try, and he'd done a few interviews, you know, with Maureen Church. Him and Maureen Church went to
Joe was just dead funny, like
an interview.
Everyone liked Joe.
And he was made.
He didn't give a shit, basically, Joe.
Yeah.
He was funny. He loved the kids, Joe, as well. Yeah. Always took his kids to school, Ian to school, didn't he, Mum? Yeah. And all the kids in the streets.
How old was he when Joe died then?
5. Bethany was 6 months.
Joe always felt guilty because he survived and Ian never.
He used to go missing and we'd have to get the police and he'd be at the grave or by the memorial, you know, yeah.
But did you ever see the interview Joe last done? It was only a couple of days before he died.
Oh, was
was
that the Riverbank documentary series?
And he's on it and he looks so well, Joe. He's got a white Justice t-shirt on. But when we watch the clip of him now, he looks lovely on it and he's talking. That was a couple of days before he died. Yeah. It's probably just been after the memorial because Joe died the 12th of May, didn't he? So it might have been like the memorial time. He's done that interview and then he was dead himself a couple of weeks later.
You just got to hope that we get somewhere now, isn't it? Peace of mind. Because this is our last chance, really. If not in Piggy now, we've nowhere else to go, is there? Yeah. There isn't really.
No.
It's so sad with me dad because you just think he was that close to the end.
Yeah.
Took 25 years of his life.
That's why we've got to carry on.
September the 12th. That's one thing that at least he was around to see that. What was his reaction on that day?
Do you know what, Dan? He weren't bothered. He was going to me, take me home. Because I took my dad in the wheelchair.
Because I'm lucky.
And we went in the St George's and I just sat him in like the aisle. But he just wasn't bothered. Just sat there. I don't think he just weren't interested.
It's probably the morphine, isn't it? It might be the...
No, because we weren't on a lot of morphine, you know, because he didn't have pain, thank God, he didn't. He just he'd switched off, he wasn't interested. Then about 12 o'clock, I said to him, because it was so emotional that day, and I was looking at my dad, thinking, look at him in a wheelchair, like a little old man, the way he's been. So I was dead upset till about 12 o'clock, because he kept on prodding at me mum, Theresa, because he just didn't give her a minute. So I said, I'm going to take my dad home now. Let me mum enjoy a bit of this afternoon, because the panel and they were all made up. So let me mum. So I brought my dad home, never forget it, and I put him in bed. Then it was about 2 or 3 o'clock and I thought, no, he's getting out, that's what I thought. I'm getting him out that bed and he's going that St George's Hall. I don't care, and he's going on them steps. And it is, I dragged him out the bed. And he's going, I don't want to go, I'm not going. I said, no, come on. And I got him out the bed and I dressed him and I put him in the car and I took him to St George's Hall.
Good for you.
He's not missing it. That's it. And I took him and everyone was coming up to him, they just couldn't be bothered. You know what, I think more than the medication, he'd lost his Hillsborough out of his life. I think I don't know, maybe because he knew he wouldn't be, I don't know what, but even at the end it was always, where's Joe? He never ever mentioned Ian. Did he, Mum? No. He just like that Hillsborough, that part of his life he'd blocked and he just didn't want to know. Yeah. Even sometimes it'd come on the telly and we'd go, Dad, look, and he'd go, turn it off.
We have cancer.
Took over his life, yeah.
Took over his life.
That brought on the...
Because he was obsessed.
Yeah. He'd get up at the morning.
And it's only now, like, we'd go back thinking,
10 o'clock.
We'd go to him, you're causing trouble, you just want to, but it's now we think, why didn't we listen? Because everything that he said...
We should have let him do what he wanted.
He was right, everything.
But all the tributes help and all the nice words that people like Sheila and Ricky said about him, is that sort of some consolation almost?
It was a very moving, you know, when he got buried in the church. The speech that Sheila gave.
Remember, like, you're in the funeral cars and you saw the blank, aren't you? Because
fantastic.
Remember driving down the road and just the streets were lined for him. And it was like when Ian and Joe died, because they were young. And suppose with Ian, loads of people have come for a nose that didn't know him because of the way he died. But the streets were lined and you're thinking, oh, this is for my dad. You know, even like his district nurses. And then after he died, the district nurse came to see us, you know. And she stood there and she cried her eyes out and she went, I didn't know. I've nursed your dad for a year, she went, and I can't believe what he'd done and the way people spoke. Because when Sheila got up, the nurses were in the church and they must have thought, and she went, I can't believe the way your dad was. She went, we never understood how much he'd done. And that was the nurses.
I think
all the kids missing.
It's weird this house, you know, when they're all here, like different things and that.
Is it a great consolation having a big family? Has that been a big support to you?
Yeah. You know, like we sit now, we wait now for 2:45, don't we? And they all come in.
But even when the kids come now to go, it's not the same in this house anymore without the grandson.
The first thing they do is the cupboards and the fridge, you know, honestly. Yeah. Honestly. We had some good memories of them, didn't we? Yeah.
Everyone's got their own choice. Some people decide just to
block
like with Hillsborough and some families, and you can't judge them for that. If that's what they want to do and get on with their lives and just let everything go, that's fine. Yeah. You don't know how you deal with it.
It's only because of John we've got to face on for him.
Yeah. Because he would, he'd alter us if we left. He would. He'd be back.